in some history books in the United States, they say that black people immigrated. What? Immigrated? We didn't immigrate. We didn't voluntarily come on that boat. I'm sorry. Don't get it confused. Study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. Come follow me to a secret place where only the moon. Hey, do you remember I came here last month or so? Yes. So I came here to discover this place. It has been here since, but it was my first time. Today, there's an event going on, Emancipation, where our brothers and sisters are here. You know, they are coming, some are coming behind me. So today we are having the last bath for them to, you know, have a feel of what their ancestors went through before they were sent to the Americas and the Caribbeans and the Brazils and all that. So I'll be bringing you more videos. I'm inside Asin Mansour's slave. You remember when I came here? Yes. So I'm back, and now with a whole story, all different story all together. So yeah, follow.
Yeah, you good? I can see you're having some emotional, you want to share some reactions?
No, it's kind of sacred.
Sacred. But then you're happy being here? I mean, having the...
I think someone in my lineage died here. Sure. I feel the most energy here.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Peace and love, black family. This is Dr. Umar Johnson, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. We live in Ghana 2019, the year of return, August 1st, Emancipation Day. We're here at Slave River, enslaved African river, where they would make our ancestors bathe before they marched them up to the Cape Coast Dungeon, Elmina Castle as well. We also have a cemetery over there for ancestors who have lost their lives, so we're here to pay respect to those upon whose shoulders we stand. Black power.
Straight.
To me, the significance of coming back to Asin Mansour with the Slave River, seeing the last bath helps me understand more of what my ancestors went through, and have a deeper appreciation of what we've been able as a people to overcome. They did not mean us for good. They didn't mean for us to return at all, period. They were trying to exterminate us from the earth as black people. And so in the States, there are shirts that have been created that I should have brought it, I didn't bring it, that says that I am my ancestors' wildest dreams, and to have prospered in the manner in which a lot of African Americans have been able to prosper. There still is poverty, but there still are a lot of African Americans that are doctors, lawyers, engineers, they're bankers, they're real estate developers, they're doing very, very well. And the ancestors that went through the transatlantic trade, the slavery, the Middle Passage, could not have imagined that's where we would be today. And that doesn't just
apply in the States. If you go to South America, Central America, even in Brazil, where the largest number of slaves from West Africa were taken, was over 2 million is the number. They've prospered as well, but I think for me, returning back and even though I didn't participate in the first bath, my husband and I gave us our own little bath as our return back to the motherland, which was very significant, very emotional, because they didn't mean for us to come back. The door of no return was very real. And so that is the biggest significance, and that I know my ancestors would be proud. They would be proud for the resilience, the fortitude, the fight. Yes, that you can kick us, you can beat us, you can kill us, you can rape us, you can slaughter us, you can do whatever you want. We're going to keep coming back, and we're going to come back stronger. We're going to come back harder. We're going to come back faster. It's just the resilience that we are as a people. I think the one thing that we, as Black people in general, African American people, all Black people across the world, whether in London, Jamaica, wherever you are, we need to have more unification amongst ourselves, and that we work to grow businesses that support us. In the United States, in the Black community, you've got Asians that are in our community selling, you've got Indians, you've got Mexicans that build stores in our communities, and we spend our dollars with them. In the United States, the African American community has $1 trillion spending. That's our buying power.
African Americans.
African Americans, we spend money, and we don't spend enough with us. The dollar in other communities circulates 20 times. I don't remember the number. The number is a large number within, the Asian community before it leaves their community.
Okay.
Doesn't do that in the African American community. It'll circulate 1, 2 times, and then it's gone. That's where we need to do. If we want to get anybody that's other outside of us, they will see how powerful they are. They need us. That's the killer part. They need us.
They need us,
but if we take it away, they all crumble. And white people in the United States by 2046 are going to be the minority. The minority. And they are petrified. Well, it's not African Americans. It'll be more of a melting pot. You'll have more Asians, you'll have more Hispanics, you'll have more Latinos, you'll have more Indians. The United States is a big melting pot, and then there's a lot of mixing of the races. There is, you see white people with Black people, Asian people with Black people. You see the mixtures in the cultures. And so the stranglehold that white America has had, they will be the minority, and the policies that are put in place to help minorities that they want to take away, they'll be begging to keep them. So that's all I've got to say. My experience here has been absolutely phenomenal. It's eye-opening, and my biggest takeaway, which I've already said here, is to basically buy Black.
All right, so would you advise your brothers and sisters, African Americans, to
I don't care if you are part of the African diaspora, your ass needs to be here. You need to understand, in particular the youth in the United States, they don't teach this in the schools. I don't want you to teach me about my culture, because you don't know. You don't have ancestors that went through this. So we as Black people need to come here, educate ourselves, understand what really happened, and bring that back to our kids. Don't let these white people tell us how Black people are. In some history books in the United States, they say that Black people immigrated. What? Immigrated? We didn't immigrate. We didn't voluntarily come on that boat. I'm sorry. Don't get it confused. So We can't depend on any other culture to educate us about us. We need to educate us about us. We need to educate us about how we've invented numerous things that are in place today. Black people invented the traffic light. There's so many things we invented.
I had with the NASA thing,
Yes,
there was a
there's so many things that we invented that white people took, so that they, and in the history books they make it that they wrote it. They didn't. They didn't. They don't want to acknowledge our greatness, and we're great people. So we are the originators. It's often imitated. And imitation is the finest form of flattery, but you got to give people that created it their due. And so, absolutely, it should be a requirement for you to come back and see where your ancestors came from, because I can't even tell you who my great grandfather is. Great grandmother is. I can't tell you. If you have family that was taken, I don't know. You were born here. You know who your ancestors are. All the way back. You can trace them back hundreds of years. I can't. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why we need to know that. And you will have a greater appreciation for it, and not let other cultures dictate what you should be celebrating.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Happy Emancipation Day.
Yeah.